Welcome YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Cannibal Red, and this video is a quick battle. Quick battle number 8. So second time we're seeing this team. We lost the first round. Hopefully we can pick up a win in this one. We're in here with Drunk Again, the Dread Again, the Mega Glalie, Eviolite Magneton, Tangrowth, Cofagrigus, our defensive wall, and Typhlosion, who is Choice Specs. And we're up against a pretty intimidating looking team here. The Cinccino is very scary, and the Hitmonlee pretty much took us out in the last battle, so we're going to have to be aware of that thing. So let's get into the battle and see what we're going to do. We go ahead and lead Cofagrigus, which is good because he leads Jellicent. Now, if he decides to Shadow Ball, he could do massive damage to us, but instead he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which is not going to affect us, and we get to see how much damage we're going to do to him. Now, our Shadow Ball does respectable amounts of damage, so I'm pretty sure we're just going to stay in here and Calm Mind, boost our defenses against him, and boost the amount of damage we're going to be doing to him, because it looks like he's not packing Shadow Ball, so he can't take us out. So the Calm Mind happens, and we're looking a little bit stronger on this turn, but we take the burn damage. So our opponent is actually going to switch out here and goes into the Cinccino, who is very, very scary. We switched on the same turn into Tangrowth. Now, Tangrowth would have matched up really well against Jellicent, who was in there before. Doesn't match up as well against Cinccino. So we take some major tail slappage, and we're going to go ahead and Giga Drain on him the next turn. Does massive amounts of damage, and we get a little bit of health recovery. Now, I decide I don't want to stay in here and take another tail slap, so I switch back into Cofagrigus. Unfortunately for me, he doesn't go for the tail slap, he goes for the Rock Blast. So that being the case, we should have stayed in, because Tangrowth would have taken the Rock Blast better than Cofagrigus, I'm thinking. Anyway, we get hurt by the burn. We took that big attack, and Cinccino is actually going to outspeed us on this next turn and knock us out. So Emotep over here going down. So Cinccino is still in here. Actually, he's going to die. So he was actually Life Orb, so he took Recoil. He lost Cinccino. We lost Cofagrigus. We come in here with Magneton, and Magneton is up against Jellicent. He's definitely going to switch out on that one. So he's actually going to go into the Steelix, thinking he's going to be okay against Magneton. We are packing Hidden Power Grass for this guy, so it is going to super affect him. It's going to do lots of damage, and I'm pretty sure it's a 2-hit KO. Yep, it is. So Steelix is down to a Magneton, which is pretty crazy. Doesn't happen very often. Anyway, I'm really impressed with our Eviolite Magneton. Amoonguss comes in here, and I decide Magneton is not that important. So we're going to attack, but we're going to get spored. And I know it's going to happen, but under the Smogon rules that we're playing, you can only put one Pokemon to sleep at a time. And I'm okay with Magneton being that Pokemon. I don't think he's the most important on our team. So I decided let him go to sleep and then switch out on something that can do better against Amoonguss. So Typhlosion is the answer, and we are going to be able to do some massive damage. Knowing that he can't put another Pokemon to sleep as long as Magneton is asleep. Again, dude, that's just a rule of Smogon, just to even out the Pokemon playing field. So we hit Jellicent with a super effective Hidden Power. I think it's Hidden Power Grass for water types. I think that's what I'm running. It might be Hidden Power Lightning, I'm not sure. But we decide to switch out because we don't want to take a Scald from a Jellicent. Into Tangrowth we go, who's our special wall and can handle this pretty well. Takes the Scald, doesn't do diddly squat, and we're able to fire back with a Giga Drain. Now, Jellicent doesn't want to take it at all. Does decide that he wants to burn us to get residual damage. Him not switching out right there is pretty surprising, but then we do see he is really bulky, so he lives one Giga Drain. We'll go down to another one for sure. Let's see what he's going to do. He decides to recover up as we Giga Drain again. Now notice that we are gaining so much HP from the Giga Drain that we'll eventually win this battle, just because, you know, we can do more damage to him and get HP back. Basically, we just wall him, and he realizes that and switches out, going into Amoonguss, who I'm assuming is going to want to, like, Sludge Bomb me or something like that. He switches into the Giga Drain, doesn't take any damage, and we don't match up very well against Amoonguss with this guy, so we have to make some decisions. We decide that we're going to switch out and go into Typhlosion again, who checks this guy really hard. Now, he's fully paralyzed, the paralysis early game coming in absolutely clutch on that Amoonguss, preventing him from doing damage multiple turns. Now he switches out knowing he cannot take any eruption, goes into the Spiritomb. Well, Spiritomb manages to live one eruption, but uh, took way too much damage. So we're just gonna go ahead and go for another one. If he decides to let Spiritomb go down, another Pokemon out of the way, and that's exactly what happens. So, Choice Specs Typhlosion is in here. All we can do is Eruption, uh, but we don't want to be in here against Hitmonlee. We saw how strong he was last game, so we actually decide to go into Drunk again to see what this guy does, and it's the high jump kick. One-shotting Drunk again, didn't get to do anything this entire game, and we're just seeing again how intimidating Hitmonlee can be. So we bring in Tangrowth now, and knowing that we're probably strong enough, we can live one, maybe get a little bit of damage, and we do manage to live it. We get the Giga Drain off, which does a lot of damage, but not enough to make us live another attack. Now, this next turn is super, super lucky. He misses the high jump kick, takes recoil, and dies. Now, had he killed Tangrowth, this match could have gone totally differently. Could have knocked out our guy, and actually definitely definitely scared me a lot. Definitely could have turned the tides of the game, but he missed the high jump kick. It happens. Recoil kills him, and now Jellicent is in here. We switch out into Magneton. Now Magneton has been sleeping this whole time, and I figured, I'd rather just take some damage with Magneton than have Tangrowth have to take a Scald or something like that, because we would go down to the burn on that turn. So I'm just gonna let Magneton kind of stay in here, clicking Thunderbolt until he decides to wake up. Um, so 2 turns of sleep sucks. Jellicent the entire time getting leftovers recovery. Fortunately, we wake up on the 3rd turn and get a Thunderbolt off, KOing the Jellicent. So, um, we were walling him pretty hard. Our Eviolite boosting our defenses allowed us to live those Scalds, and that was really important for that game. So, Amoonguss comes in here, we hit him with a Thunderbolt, and again, I don't care if Magneton goes to sleep, so I'm expecting him to hit us with a Spore, and I'm just going to stay in here until he does. He gets paralyzed again. He is having the worst luck. Hacks all over this match. I can't even count how many times Amoonguss has been paralyzed. I think it's like 3 or 4 now. Breaks through the paralysis and hits us with a Spore. Again, not really gonna matter. We weren't really relying on Magneton. What I did is I wanted him to get put to sleep so that I could switch into another Pokemon and not have to worry about the Spore. So now that Magneton's asleep, Glalie can come in here, go Mega, do some damage, and not worry about getting hit by a Spore. So we do come in here, we actually use Return on this guy, take him out. Amoonguss cannot stand that Ice-type return thanks to our ability Refrigerate, and his last Pokemon is, actually, he doesn't have one. That's game, guys. So we managed to win the game. Glalie coming in, doing the final hit. We played really, really well using our Magneton as sleep fodder, because, again, once he was put to sleep, we knew our other teammates could come in and didn't have to worry about being put to sleep. If he had put multiple Pokemon to sleep, he would have immediately lost the game because that is banned under the rules that we're currently playing. So again, familiarize yourself with the rules because had I not known that, you can't put more than one Pokemon to sleep, I would have played a little bit differently. I wouldn't have known that just because Magneton is asleep, he can't put other things to sleep. So know those rules for the type of competition that you're playing. We're playing on Smogon rules for a reason. I don't play anything goes. I don't play VGC. I play Smogon because it evens out really, really broken aspects of the game, like putting every Pokemon to sleep or running one-hit KO moves and stuff like that. So those are the rules that we play. Those are the rules I recommend you use for good reason. Just because they level the playing field, and the game, I believe, in my personal opinion, becomes a little bit more skill based rather than just being like, well, I can put everything on your team to sleep because of this, or I can one shot you because of this. Anyway, that's just my suggestion, guys. Um, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is a really cool team. We've lost one and we won one, so we're sitting at 50-50 right here. Hopefully in the third match we can pick up another win to kind of solidify this team. If you have comments, leave them down below. Let me know what you think of the team. If you have nickname suggestions for this team, most of these guys don't have nicknames except for Drunk Again. Maybe, you can come up with a good one, and I'd love to hear it and implement it. Anyway, thanks for watching the videos, guys, and y'all have a great day.